I hope so, Chris. First time Chance and I have got a game of Expo, and we're real excited, mate. Miles and Chance here to take you through this exciting one. Florida versus Toronto, important matchups for both teams. The points race, I mean, we saw it in that last one with Vegas taking on LAG. Chance, it's getting spicy, brother. Real spicy. Let's see how Vikal does today. Excited to see him play.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think I'm most excited to watch the aBeZy S&D. Like, I know everybody's expectations for this one. Ultra, even though they're 0-3, just won a tournament, so very high expectations. When you look at things like the hard point record, obviously that's going to be stacked in one direction. But just for the fact that Florida was the first team to take Atlanta FaZe down on aBeZy Search, very excited to watch them in the 2-5. And I do think if Florida's able to get to a game 5, there is a massive amount of upset potential. Florida has played quite a few different teams and at least been dangerous, admittedly struggling to convert with the 0-3 record. But we do think kick things off rather on Mercado might be a good time. Toronto going to spawn on the old bad side.
The old bad side. Somebody's kink somewhere. Capsule finds himself a kill into the hard point Florida Mutineers flow. Time ticking their way for now. We'd love to see that happen. Again, you're looking towards that bottom side of the minimap. And so are Toronto Ultra. Entire squad making their way down south, trying to get across that 50-yard line. A couple of them have made it. Hixie, the man of the moment. Can he get in and try to flip those spawns? That's the name of the game right now for Toronto Ultra, a team who has had their fair share of ups and downs recently, Chance.
Yeah, I mean, hey, ups and downs, sort of the name of the COD League this year, it feels like, for MW2. Every single championship winner maybe doesn't drop off in quite the same way Toronto has, but it is always that roller coaster of emotions and CDL points collection system that we have. But as far as things go for Florida, pretty solid opening start. The spawns never got flipped. They built themselves a little lead, which I think Ultra should be able to get the scrap, but now it's Operation Don't Get Picked Apart by Scrap. Don't want to start spawning out, but Scrap certainly has other ideas.
Scrap has taken a heavy hit towards the front line of the Florida Mutineers. Whoa, Kleenex flying out the back of the window. Look great from this POV. It's 5-0 for Scrap so far. Toronto Ultra with an electrifying break there. Now they've got the hard point and they are in. It's now 6. It's now 7 for Scrap as he continues to fly. Capsule finally has the silver bullet for that monster, and all of a sudden, whoa, Mutineers right back in the point.
Hey, you'll take that for Florida as well. If you're getting picked apart by Scrap like that and you somehow find yourself back in time, in spite of the fact that a pinch is coming through, you'll take what you can get. And Capsule doing his best to put in some serious work. I mean, he's got 8 kills as well. Unfortunately, he is being outperformed by Scrap, who's sitting at 10, certainly living up to that main Slayer capability.
Certainly, indeed. Vikal with the final cleanups there. Next 15 seconds going the way of the Florida Mutineers. Good job out of them. A nice bit of a messy P1 into a lovely P2 rotation. Now over to the third hard point here on Mercado Las Ambas. Insight, the boys of Toronto Ultra, they're in first. Time now going to be taken in favor for them. Fellow, what's he got? Can he make his way forward? As once again, Scrap in the feed. He took today personally, Chance. He's 12-3 already.
I mean, it's like the perfect dynamic, right? You have Scrap allowed to just free roam, kill everything in sight, and Insight's like, no big deal. I will be in the hill. I'll just sit here on rotation and collect all this time. Insight has almost spent more time purposely not taking gunfights. The almost inverse is Scrap, but while he's busy not taking gunfights, Florida took the fight to him, got the break over on the Tin Hill, and now Brack has found his new home. He's fulfilled Insight's role.
Florida man holds hard point. Mutineers still ticking time away. 25 to go here. Capsule. Okay. He is cooking, man. He's having a great time here on Mercado. 11-5. A 3 spree from him. The final 20 seconds will go uncontested for the Mutineers as you're already looking towards the barbershop. Is it going to be one from Hixie? He does get the trade, though. Brack is there. The backline now wide open. The battle still raging for barbershop. And it looks like Ultra, they've won the rotation. A bit of a catch-up to do here, though. Great stuff out the Mutineers early on. The first 3 hard points, mostly clean.
Hey, this is a big moment as well. I'm pretty sure Fellow actually just spawned here out towards this parking lot area. He's in between a couple players, but yeah, there's freebie number 1. At least knows that number 4 on the minimap, Kleenex, is going to be over towards Garage. But if Fellow's in this position, he is going to be a constant thorn in their side if he could stay alive. But Kleenex does take him down, and all that pressure Florida could have had, well, they're going to have to reset and try to hit through the front. Nice little start on the gunny, but 10 HP means he died of 1 bullet in the foot, and Ultra continue to hold strong.
Insight, the man to get that last one in there. Holding still in the barbershop. Capsule up front. Can't get it done against Insight, who's now running the Vaznev. Up close and personal. Final 20 seconds here on barbershop, and Toronto Ultra looking absolutely fresh to death after the fade they've been given out there in barbershop. Over towards Tin we now go once again. Brack and Capsule. Courtyard covered. Capsule still cooking, folks, so far. Having a good time here. 14-9 since we last checked in. Now we see that next hard point pop up. Mutineers are in all possible nooks and crannies. Let's see how long they can hold on.
Yeah, and what? You're going to be down by about 18 points at the start of this hill. This is a moment where you need to convert. Vehicle is getting a massive kill on inside, by the way. Ultra, we're trying to set up the pinch. So if you get a kill, all these players spawn out. And it looks like Florida, well, whether or not they get the close spawn, well, no, they're spawning across the map. They've just lost every single gunfight, and they went into this hill down by about 18 points. They had the setup that they wanted on rotation, and they basically get 0 seconds on it. Finally back in the hill, but it is still a dogfight because Scrapz is still around, but it looks like Fellow there. Make sure he can't bark too loudly. Trying to keep these players at bay, but it's still a back and forth, and it's Ultra that just overwhelmed them on the time.
Finally starting to walk away with this one. Toronto Ultra now starting to heat things up. Kleenex, you all forgot about him. As you start to get things going, the Great Dane, final 15 there on tin, finished. Now, they comb across the map. The Toronto Ultra have cleaved their way in, trying to get to the top side of Cantina now, and they might be in position to get it done. Smooth moves from Kleenex. The back door, though, and it's Brack, the man who cuts him down, over to Scrapz, who's trying to keep this place safe and sound. There are members of the Mutineers nearly everywhere. Top stairs covered. They've got the back alley of the barbershop as well. They are everywhere. Here comes the approach. Toronto, 1 kill at a time. Into the stairwell we go. Vehicle caught unaware. Absolute bloody madness.
Yeah, now the players on point are just getting swarmed, and they do not even have time to breathe. Scrapz was able to live for so long down low, and his teammates time to come and help him out. But now you got Florida. It is a massive pinch around the hill. All 4 arrows super close and tight in and around the top Cantina hill. Question is, can you win the gunfights to get inside? And it looks like enough trades have come through that Ultra should be the last survivors. Brack, the only player nearby, but Scrapz hyper aware, keeping him at bay, or maybe blowing himself up a little bit in the mix. But good news, Kleenex is waiting in the wings.
The Kleenex can get both. Ooh, 1 bullet away. Vehicle stays alive. Ixie's now going to make his way over towards Nero. To the parking lot we now go. Toronto Ultra starting to heat things up. They've managed to turn that momentum into a lead. Over 100 points now for Florida Mutineers. They've still got a lot of life left in them. Can they get a clean break here? No more streaks to be thrown at this one. Capsule at range from Hixie. Here we go. Mutineers on the pinch.
Oh, that pinch gets shut down pretty quick, though. At least Hixie was able to take down one before he falls, and you got both AR, Scrapz and Insight worried about the back alley. So everything has been cleared. The flank has been dealt with, and now it is all guns forward. Insight on the cross. I don't know if he saw them all, but the intel should be perfect. I mean, Double Child's going to come out, but look at the crossfire being set up by Toronto. Clean and easy, just how you write it down. Insight and Hixie working beautifully together. And even though you get past those players, I mean, guys like Scrapz just posted on the hill, waiting for gunfights. Honestly, he's been a little bit bored being Super Soaker.
Yeah, right. Over 200 now we go. Toronto Ultra looking to close out map number 1. Hixie flying forward. Good awareness. He's got that spawn read perfectly. Will he fight the gunfight? No need. His teammates here to back him up. Toronto Ultra, teamwork, making the dream work. As we now go back to P1, and we could see it end out here. Will Ultra be able to soak up as much time as possible? Nice shots at range there from Hixie as they are playing a blinder here on Mikado.
Well, maybe an opportunity for Florida to try to create something, but possibly they have been blinded. And funnily enough, number 3 actually ends up in Cantina, so he's going to be slowing Brack down. So Florida concerned about a few things because you have to be perfect. On this rotation, you can't really afford to give away any P1 time either. And obviously you see in the feed, Toronto, they swarm it. They hit it from every single angle. They break it down on P1, and you've got Insight. That has just been the rotation, man. Over on the down bottom side of the map, blocking spawn. So even if Florida fight back for the time here, still such a long way to go to even think about getting back in the game.
I know. Tough one now. Mutineers, they were stacking the point. Wrong game mode, fellas. Moving on out now, trying to comb their way across the map. It's over now to Insight, that top window in Mikado. He's got that Cantina covered. No one's getting in for now. 20 seconds for the win. Here comes that hit. Mutineers, got to be a clean break, and you've got to hold that time. Fellow wins a big one. Forward you now fly. Scrapz with an aid. He's got the cross covered. Back over to the hard point we go. Here come the Mutineers capsule. Front door. Fellow's up next. Guns them both. Scrapz is absolutely frying. It's 26 and 16 overall as Insight has the cross. Time now. Ticket. Kleenex finds another. And another point we now go. Mutineers, last chance. Here we go.
You know they just want the kills too. Scrapz picks up the 2 and waits an extra 5 seconds before jumping into time. If there's kills to get, Toronto want to get them. Florida gonna have to flood into the hill, right into the pre-fire of Scrapz, who does enough to get the 3rd, and all fall down. Toronto start things off right, squeaky clean, the map 1 win.
Absolute massacre to start things off. Halfway point, that was when Toronto Ultra didn't look back after burners were hit. See you later, Mutineers. A solid fight though, but hey man, you have to give it to Scrapz. That was a very, very strong individual performance. Kudos to him. Helps the boys get on the board first and foremost. Ultra take the lead here in the series. Florida Mutineers search and destroy on the bounce back. We'll see that in a moment, but for now, man, whew, Ultra come to play today.
You know, just like clockwork on the map, right? Like, even for the type of synergy we had on both sides of the screen, as it were, Scrapz was high flying and getting a crazy amount of kills early on. Capsule was doing the exact same thing. But the way we saw, like, Ultra playing the map is when Scrapz collecting all the kills, guys like Insight are on rotation, like 35 seconds in advance. Like, even towards the end, I think Insight sat in top Cantina for literally like a minute 10, minute 15 seconds, being the super anchor for the team. And you have so many of those like little teamwork moments for Ultra where you can see the synergy, where they're seeing like they're capitalizing off the plays that Scrapz is delivering. Florida just didn't really have that. So we can take a look at the highlights and get a bit more action, but as good as Capsule was able to do early on, just not able to capitalize, create any of those moments in the plays and turn it into time. So Florida just a step behind in hardpoint.
Yeah, crazy. Capsule again, good individual showing out of him as well. Opened up the first 2-3 hard points very strong. Helped the boys keep it very competitive, but after again, that halfway mark, chance, like, it was just done, man. I mean, what was it for you that saw Ultra take the lead so far and so fast?
It was the fact that Florida couldn't capitalize on the plays. Even the side tin hill, like out in the patio earlier, where Florida had the full rotation, all 4 players up. Vehicle got like the entry kill on inside on like the far left side of the map. So they had everything covered, had the exact setup, and converted it to literally 0 seconds. You had Capsule on the rotation over to Barbershop. Like, he picked up a 3-piece to sort of entry it and set his teammates up on rotation, and then Florida turned it into 0 seconds on the map. I think you had Fellow got a cheeky spawn over in the parking lot as well, an opportunity to make a play to try to strip something away from Ultra, unable to capitalize. So Ultra just a little bit too clean, and obviously a little bit dominant in the slaying category as well. So Ultra, they just had a little bit extra.
They had the kills that fed the hills. There we go. Team accuracy chance, though, weird one, man. Ultra statistically lower, despite, you know, definitely outslaying them across the board. Interesting stuff. But there we go. The first map is complete here in our series. Mercado Las Almas. Done and dusted. We now roll over to Search and Destroy. Going to get a little bit of that Himmelmat Expo for map number 3. Will it be a 3-0? Will it make the desk smile and be happy? We'll find out. Toronto Ultra, of course, we saw these guys win the last major chance against an incredibly formidable OpTic Texas roster. After that, what happens? They lose the next 3 series, some of them worse than others. A scary prospect for Toronto Ultra. We don't have a term in this game for what we called last year that Vanguardium Leviosa. Straight up to straight down. We'll see if they can't find the big win over here for Florida. But Florida chance again. We hope Havoc is doing great. He's taking a step back right now. Vehicle coming into the main roster and bringing the goods today. We'll see if he can't, you know, help turn this team around, man, because he's an exciting player to watch. He's a great kid. I hope, you know, all the best for him in his career. But for now, let's see if he can't find a big dub over Toronto.
And, you know, I know the 3-0 is sort of the conversation on the desk, but Expo is sort of an unknown factor. Brand new map in the league. We haven't seen either of these teams play it yet, so who knows if, you know, Florida or Toronto is like figured out the extra, setting up the spawn traps quicker, getting the timings down just a little bit faster. So there's potential there. And in Search and Destroy, Florida, maybe not as electric as they once were, but still very solid. I think Fellow throughout this stage has been a kill leader in the snipe category. He is 13 already in only 3 series that they have played, a few of which haven't gone to every single game 5. So his sniper has been completely on point. And just for the fact that map 2, we're going to aBeZy, and this Florida Mutineers roster was the first to take Atlanta FaZe down. And it was the map where Atlanta FaZe was obliterating teams on. I mean, 6-0s, 6-1s, 6-2s, down the line. Florida found a way. Fellow snipe was super impactful, and that record does not tell the story, because at the start of the year, the first few stages, this was the only map Florida didn't have success on. Now with this new roster, they're finding wins.
And then snipes, ladies and gents. That's what we want to be looking out for here on aBeZy. Still expecting a lot of fast plays. We see those B plants quite regularly. An exciting one to watch here on aBeZy. Here we go, though. That bomb is going to be in the hand of Capsule, and we're already clearing trucks out. That means they won't explode. That means Fellow could... Ah, no! Wrong truck. I take it all back. That is exactly what we didn't want to happen.
Yeah, there are 2 trucks there. It has been that way since day 1. So truly unfortunate for the first blood, and all that impact for the sniper. Going to have 0 impact in this round. And Ultra have a bit of a stranglehold over towards the P2 side of it. CleanX ready and wait, might get traded out, but you still have the man advantage, and that is your bomb carrier forced to back down up top, and that is vehicle 30 HP and only a dream.
Certainly trapped. Waiting for Brack, though. This is good timing, and Hixie's not going to take this bait. He knows that part of the map is unsafe and wide open. He's going to let it slide. There we go. Right back into the chow. Here come the rest of Toronto. Number 3 now inside, making his way across map as well. Mutineers, you are running out of options. You are running out of time.
And you know this is a standoff to Vehicle and Hixie. Like, Vehicle got the call out. He was in the P2 corner. He knows he has to check, but the problem is if Vehicle flies out, you have Scrapz set up there for the assist potential. So Vehicle knows what the play call is, tries to be quick, even goes for the pre-fire, but yep, the setup, just like in the hard point for Ultra, the teamwork on point, just a little bit too clean.
Lovely work, though, from Ultra. They know that 2-man hit's coming at exactly the same time. Watch the snap from Scrap here. Instantly over to Brack. Knew where he's coming from. Immaculate aim as well there. Beautiful shots. Good round, Ultra.
That really is just hopeless, too, just because Hixie's in the spot where he's watching the full cross. So if you want to rock the bomb out and go to, like, the tennis court side of the map, you're getting spotted on the cross and Insight's going to be there. If you want to try to kill the player that you know exactly where Hixie is, it's basically at minimum a guaranteed trade that's going through because Scrap's going to be watching over top. So too clean of a setup and honestly a first blood that is a dagger. And now for Ultra, they got the trophy out. They got Hixie in position. One of the better bomb planners in the league. And while his teammate does get first blooded, it's looking like he is going to be able to get this bomb down. But through the middle of the map, Capsule is making plays. So yes, the bomb plan is in, but you have the man advantage. And you should be able to isolate Hixie. Because you can see number 5 is trapped him in. They know exactly where he is.
Oh, the nade's going to make this real tough. There's the push. Nice work, Mutineers. All down to Insight, 1v3. Stand up, they know exactly where he's going to be. It's a matter of winning the gunfight against him. Vehicle, maybe the first man to throw shoulders. Capsule, he might be the bait. It's a difficult balance now for Insight. This is such an awkward 1v3. It's a snipe from Capsule. Still keeping an eye on the bomb. Hasn't finished the job yet. Wins the fight. Jamie Craven still kicking. Can he take the second? Yo! Oh my God, all down to Brack! And it's not enough. Insight wins the 1v3. That is disgusting.
Oh, that is a Insight right there. How good does it get? I mean, I know he can hear Capsule jumping up top initially, but either way, those reads are on point, and that is a brutal round for Florida. I mean, you know, that's when you look back on and say, hey, maybe just all 3 stand on bomb and pre-aim the window, or maybe try to get better timing on the chows, but that is a, you give Insight an inch in a search and destroy clutch situations, he is going to take a mile and then some, or a kilometer, I suppose, but he gets it done. Ultra up 2-0.
Wild. What a brilliant round. That is the king of clutch. Like having a fellow now. We've given his snipe a lot of love in the build-up to this series. Let's see if he can't give us a couple to sing more about. There's one. Lovely work. Brilliant bounce back here for the Mutineers. 4-2 right now. Insight and Scrap. Ooh, nice beams out of Insight there. Turns Brack inside out.
And I mean, if Insight could get a 1v3, I feel like a 2v4 is slightly better odds for him if he's got a little bit of help in Scrap. Horrible news, though. The bomb is going to get planted, but the great news is you picked off Fellow, so the sniper's down, you got a 2v2, and you've already cleared out basically the P2 side of the map, so you know exactly where you need to look, but look at that cheeky little angle from Vehicle. I actually had no idea about this one, but in spite of the angle, everyone has died. This is a 2v4 for Ultra. Vehicle, the final hope.
Done.
Gone.
The final hope extinguished by Scrap, and the defuse will be there as well. It will be 3 rounds in a row for Toronto Ultra. I'll tell you what. Thought Kleenex hit Heineken for a minute there. No. These boys absolutely frying his search.
Yeah, that feels like a GG. I'm not gonna lie. That is 2 back-to-back rounds that you have no right to lose, and Florida just find a way to get rid of it. I mean, you got a 4 versus 2. You've cleared out the bottom side of the map. You're basically poised up for the free bomb plant, and then like Insight finds a pick, and then Scrap finds a pick, and then every single player just falling. So shoulders not on point, players not handling their lives very well, and I mean, Ultra are obviously going to be playing with confidence now.
Oh, have to be. A team that's confident anyway, you know. And Scrap now snipe in hand under the bush. Will he catch any of these players out? Looks like they're all going the inside of the embassy. No one's going to be in that line of sight. He's going to dip that one out for now. The bomb has been planted over by B. Oh, Vehicle and Brack, they get into the party very quick. Now, 2v3.
Okay.
Inside, he's back in his home, finds one. Will Capsule take the challenge? He is banged up. Fellow wins the snipe battle against Scrapz. So now, once again, Jamie Craven, 1v3, 1v2. The bomb is being defused. I don't think he's going to check it this time, and that will be the round. But where do you go? Florida Mutineers, if in doubt, hop on it. Get on the board.
Yeah, and fingers crossed. That was literally about to be a combination of the previous 2 rounds of a Scrap and Insight 2v4 and then an Insight 1v3. But a bit of a difference there. Don't give Insight any time to work. Capsule's going for the chow as soon as his teammate hops the bomb, and Fellow had the snipe in the windows if he needed to hit the shot. So much better that time by Florida. Admittedly, still a little bit scary given the previous 2 rounds, but hey, at least they're on the board.
And you'll take it. Here we go. Another round up. Kleenex has got himself in towards orange. He's going to get extremely busy in a moment. Fellow, nice angle. Unfortunate timing in Vehicle. Oh, yeah, he's been spied. He's been spied. That, it's a big win. Vehicle stays alive. Trades are on point, though. Hicksy's right there when he needs to be for the squad. 3v2. Florida down the map.
And honestly, what do you do? They know Brack's going to be up top with attack. Capsule's last man standing, but his dead silence just ran out. So Capsule popped dead silence and didn't make a single move on the map. And obviously that bomb is down in a brutal spot to have to go and collect. Looks like you got Scrap down low, sort of bouncing back and forth. And if Capsule can find the pick, that's great, but I don't know if bullets to actually fully connect with. And the entire play basically rests on Capsule to find at least a kill, but you are running out of time.
Brack's come over to at least help. He can provide some overwatch, and now he's moved into mid. So this 2v3, it's going to be a very tough one to win indeed. However, good luck to you, lads. 20 seconds now, Brack. Further forward we go. That's the bomb recovered. That's the sound cues, though, given up. Here comes the hit. Capsule flying out. Big win. Takes care of Insight. Brack's still alive and kicking as well. You got to get that bomb down. No, ASAP. Run, man, run!
They have time?
No, they don't. Scrap's done it. He's killed him. He's taken care of business. The bomb is now down, and there's no hope in hell unless... No. Good shots out of Capsule there, but he had to find Scrap with 1.8 seconds remaining on the clock there. There was simply no way. Another good round, Toronto.
Yeah, and, you know, good read by Scrap towards the end just to catch Brack. Brack hitting a wild dolphin dive just to expose himself a little bit, but that was a bit tough. Not a lot of time on the clock. I don't actually know if they would have been able to get it down. I think there was like 7 seconds left when he was diving back there, so it would have been close, but either way, too efficient of a round for Ultra. They get the picks, they get the coordination around the bomb site, and as soon as that bomb goes down in that situation, if neither Brack nor Cap has the dead silence, it is effectively hopeless. Toronto, not a team that is going to make a mistake like that.
Ooh, unfortunate miss. Ooh, 2 misses. Capsule, though. He ain't going to miss at that range. Oh, position now to get a 2-piece, maybe. Nope. Good work from Scrap, flying back into this fight, and you are slithering that bomb. Fellow, so unfortunate not to hit these shots from this position. 3v3. It should be a 3v2 now. That bomb has been planted. Good luck, have fun. You've still got to clear out top side of Embassy.
Yeah, and I think it's what Vehicle that probably has to make the play, just because Scrap's going to be up top, but even these players are on orange. This is not a fun situation to have a sniper in. The dead silences pop. Vehicle's going to be making moves, and the faster you can clear this out, the better. Question is, what corner do you check? Can you make the read? There's the first one. This is doable.
They're very doable. Kleenex now. Dead silence popped. He's waiting for something. The jump chow. Vehicle's there for the coverage. Hicksy now last man. 15 seconds. Can he make himself onto this bomb site? He can. Tags are in. Over the top. Gets one. Not enough time. As Hicksy. What a move. A Vehicle and Fellow. The reposition at the last possible seconds chance. 0.5 on the clock. Woohoo! Mutineers. Stay alive. And Fellow, yeah, man. Breathing a sigh of relief. Wow.
Yeah, truly a nail-biter. Wow. I mean, Hicksy does everything right, gets the timing perfect. If both Vehicle and Fellow are not there, like, for that chow, I mean, a half second, if it takes an extra couple bullets of shooting, that could have been another clutch. But, hey, either way, take care of business. Both Fellow and Vehicle looks like they were ready to hot bomb either. So, you know, Spidey senses tingling in the search and destroy in a moment like that. But they execute. They take care of business, and a nice little round in spite of the fact that those snipes were not connecting. But Fellow's going to stick with it. He'll tried and true as everything is exploding on the map.
Quite a lot was tingling after that one, I think. 4-2. Hicksy can't get the second. Lovely shots, though, as the trades, they will come to a close. The market is now ceasing operation, and Scrap is gone. See you later, mate. Fellow won't find that snipe today. He will hold this angle, though, and it's a perfect read. Here comes Scrap. He's just throwing shoulders from there, though, Chance. Bomb recovered. Mutineers back at it. Here we go.
Yeah, great angle by inside as well to get the pick on Brack. I think Brack was trying to help out, jumping out of the, you know, top PD bathroom windows, but Ultra had the right play call for this setup, and now you're basically begging Fellow to get a pick on the map. Nice little spread from Ultra, but, I mean, these are spots like, how do you even read this? Capsule are going to get spotted, tagged up, and CleanX just solidifies the round. Fellow can't hit the snipe, and another perfectly executed round out of Toronto.
Lovely shot at the end there from Insight. We want to get that in the kill cam, but either way, Ultra, here it is. Another strong round as aBeZy continues to be a good one for them. This Mutineers squad that brought down Atlanta FaZe in this very map and mode, not quite the same metal here against Ultra. They are singing. See if they can't close this one out.
I think a rhythm like this for Toronto, it's almost like a tune-up match. They go down 0-3, and they're like, all right, let's get some win back into sales.
Yeah.
Got to take him to task, but got to finish the job. You got Capsule able to get the first blood, and that is a very aggressive setup from Florida. That is a great first pick to find. Maybe good news for Ultra. If it's CleanX that falls, you still have the bomb in hand, so options to make moves, but you're getting flanked, and Florida just have all the map control they could possibly ask for.
Insight's asking for a lot here as well. Florida's got that full map control. Insight is exposing himself a lot more than he would want to try to catch these players out. And okay, yeah, Brack sees it. He's going to play safe. He's not going to let this go at all. Ultra have got a little bit of movement towards the backside of the aBeZy, but Brack is never, unless his foot slicks out, he's never going to give this up, surely.
Well, that does mean Capsule's completely exposed. Yeah, if Brack's not going to help him out, yet Brack can't help him out. Capsule gets left out to dry, and then when Brack goes for the chow, Insight guns him. They had all the map control in the world, and the one way for it to break down, Ultra made it happen.
Oh, that was it. Absolute perfection from Ultra. It's not over yet, though. The bomb's been planted. Pistol's there. Vehicle's gone. Ultra. What a search and destroy. Absolutely immaculate play in the final round. That certainly was the rock to the Mutineers scissors. 2-0 here in the series so far. They are singing. They're looking very pretty here in today's matchup.
Yep. 1v3 from Insight, a 2v4 for both Insight and Scrap, and even towards the end, the 3v4 clutch, where it is just the smallest windows of opportunity that Ultra were able to take in that round to hand deliver. But there you go. Any success Florida had on aBeZy in the past, they are not able to recreate there. In spite of the fact that they got a decent number of first bloods, 5 to 3 in that category, but obviously with all those clutches rolling through, Florida ended up just getting punished and outclassed. And again, for Toronto, they're certainly making it look like a tune-up match.
Oh, yeah, very much. Here's the maps and modes so far, ladies and gents. We go to Expo Control, and the desk is rubbing their grubby hands together. They want that Game 3 to end here, but Expo, that'll be the next one we play. We'll see what happens after that one, because, hey, Mutineers, a little bit of swimming to be done there. Can they make the bounce back? We will find out soon, ladies and gentlemen. Toronto Ultra, Florida Mutineers, game number 3, when we come back.
The Call of Duty League is presented by the GMC Hummer EV Pickup, the world's first all-electric super truck. Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by the new series Citadel, premiering on April 28, only on Prime Video.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Call of Duty League. That's right, fidget spinners are at the ready. Toronto Ultra and Florida Mutineers are having a whale of a time. I take that all back, Mutineers have had a tough run of things so far, but they can turn that frown upside down here at HimmelMat Expo. We're going to the Swiss Alps, ladies and gents, and it's going to be a good old time. What will happen at this oil and gas summit here, Chance? Pure gas, good premium, or is it just going to be more of the same and Ultra basically running the show?
I think it's going to be a lot of deliberation about how global warming is not only inevitable, but at this point going to be cataclysmic and catastrophic for the entire world. So we're going to talk about it a bunch and then do literally nothing. So shout out to oil corporations everywhere. Let's get it in control.
Two zones, A and B, an entire conference room that is yet to be properly set up. And over by the outside of the map, the A side, that's where the sauna's at, ladies and gents. We're going to have a good time. Nades are up and abound. Oh, they might connect, actually. Or not. Interesting. Well, Caps has got that low angle covered. Love that spot.
Oh, beautiful.
Takes two of them. Lovely work out of Brack as well. A clean 3 down there for Ultra. They're on the attack. They're going to have to make their way out through that awkward flag side of the map from the driveway all the way down towards that sauna once again. Over to B then. I'm going to hit. Good luck. Have fun. Things get real ugly in here.
And honestly, shout out Capsule, because I will absolutely be stealing that opening break just to the crack in the door. So that is beautiful, and he was in prime position to sort of help out over on that B side spawn trap. But you already got players like Fellow in position. That is sort of the prime Terry where Florida are going to be constantly applying that pressure. So whether or not they can successfully defend B is a long-term thing. Fellow, his job right now is to live while his teammates there to clean house, and Capsule back in, ready for the mix. Him versus inside and poor inside, tagged up, stunned, naded, everything, and then gunned down. Yeah,
you see how easy it is to get that B stat going. A fast journey across that little corridor, immediately into the point. Now over towards A. Definitely the harder of the 2 points to capture here on HimmelMat. 21 lives remaining here for Ultra on the attack chance. They are still pushing forward.
All right, you have won some key gunfights, though. As soon as number 6 vehicle falls, Ultra have, like, sort of opened up the left side pressure and at least are starting to rotate out. And as soon as you start, Capsule is there to close it down. And he is playing very aggressive in your base. He is going to be a constant thorn in your side. And as soon as you deal with one, Brack's the new guy in position. You deal with him. Now it's Vehicle's turn to be in the mix, and Ultra just dealing with the absolute blender. Doing it very well, though. They have clean house. You do actually have an exit plan to get out, and Fellow gets traded as well. So Ultra, it has been a long time coming, but now the opportunity to start to work towards A. But again, for Florida, doing very good job on the conveyor belt, always having players in position.
Yeah, good stuff. Although you do have to worry about a couple of players on the flank now from Ultra. They're starting to heat up here on HimmelMat. Kleenex, he played it slow, cut down, and hail a gunfire on the outside of the sauna. 11 lives remaining now for Ultra Vehicle, keeping the restaurant all safe as well. Now Insight up by Blue Tent, making his way forward. This is a tough gunfight to win. A really awkward spot to be in. The frag is going to help, though. Good reads on the flank. Finds one with an aid. Oh, back and forth we go. And he hasn't made the read there onto Vehicle. His teammates there do, thankfully. Just over 30 seconds to go, and here we have it. A 10 life separated between these two teams. A still remains.
Yeah, well, you at least have the clearance. I think the biggest issue for Toronto, number 5 Caps, that are going to be working on the flank. And obviously without these lives, you have to make this push perfect. But it looks like Florida a little bit too clean with it, finding all of the kills. With 5 lives to go, there's still that sort of back pocket chance. They have stopped the clock. They have a little bit of pressure on A, but Florida, they just have a presence almost everywhere on the map. They've got a nice little swarm around the zone.
Yep, lots of final lives now remaining here for Ultra. Kleenex, on my word, finds one, snaps onto Fellow, but no kill. Now it all comes down to Scrap. He's going to do what he can here, grab a kill or two, but the round is done. Good work there from the Florida Mutineers. Defensively sound. They let B go quite early chance, but A, a very, very strong bastion of defense there.
Yeah, and you know, this is the 3rd time I think we have seen this map played in the CDL, so very fresh, very early before we get starting or start getting like really solid stats of, is it going to be an offensive map, defensive map? It's certainly defensive heavy. I just don't know how extreme it's going to be. maybe a 60-40, maybe a 70-30, but certainly, at least in my opinion, going to be an edge on defense. So Florida showing off the reasons why you get in their spawn, you set up the trap, you're constantly going to be annoying. So they look great on defense, Miles. Now we get to see them on the attack.
Well, we got to see them on the attack. Let's have a quick listen in as well. Florida Mutineers, here we go.
Nothing.
Hudson plants.
Okay. I'm staying down from the guy right.
I'm staying down from him.
It's Scrap.
Hudson bar. One's bar right now. He got a love ending. It was Scrap deep right.
Okay.
He's gonna chow fire pit for sure. Let's get bar.
He's on me in the bin. In one cut, pinching your diner. Kleenex. He's on the bin and one.
Kleenex is in my diner.
Okay. I spawned trees. I'm gonna go B here. Should be.
Still be pinched.
Still be ticking.
One's holding huts. Scrap's holding huts. Nice, good job. That's two. We should just go B here for sure.
Yeah, I'm on B.
Go forward top.
I'm looking at live ending.
He's top already. He's going secret. Secret or H2 actually. They're going around, guys.
And
one down. Bottom holes. Kleenex right side.
One shot.
Your right side.
In the back.
Kleenex.
Okay.
Ellie, toolbox.
I'm one shot.
Bending, pinch, low con.
He's
dead on A. Dead on A.
Okay, ship day.
Yeah, go on.
Go top bar. One of you.
Nice,
good job.
One's deep right on me. One's deep right on me.
Bar.
You're getting help in a second.
I hit him with an A deep right.
Give me a second.
H1.
There's 3. Nice. Two right now. I kill one.
Good job. You're alone, Tyler.
One more really weak Kleenex. He's bottom diner hitting the diner stairs. Diner stairs. Big kill with him. You two can play it quick. Yeah, let's play this quick.
On my right.
That was him.
I'm getting down with you.
There's going to be one deep right. He's at the fire pit, okay?
I'm gonna challenge him.
He's in this right corner.
Okay, I'm top bar.
There's 3 huts.
Top bar, Hixie.
He challenged me right there. One shot. Top bar in huts. I'm one shot.
I spawn back right. Hang on a second.
Outer hut's really weak on you, Scrap. He's H2.
I need it over you. Stay down.
There's 2 deep right.
Slow down. We have lives. Slow down. We have lives and time here. Where was the guy?
Deep right. Exit.
There's 2 deep right.
I'm one shot.
I'm getting bar control here, bro.
Yeah, good play.
I'm holding our diner push for a second.
Top bar.
Yeah.
Kill me from front side, Tom.
Hey, not bad at all, Chance. Follow Mutineers. They kept this round together. They've still got 2 ticks remaining on A to try to grab a hold of. Big work there from Scrap. Kleenex to Co. Oh, hip fire doesn't work out as Toby, the Great Dane, gets another.
And I'd say right now for Florida, obviously you have opportunities to win in 2 ways. You were up by a decent number of lives. That has been cut, so only a single life lead. But if you can apply the pressure and just stop the clock, you have the opportunity to play TDM as well as the actual game mode. So Florida certainly creating opportunities. Now that 2 life lead, Toronto down to 8, but Toronto also have like a beautiful 2-2 split right now, worrying about both sides of the map.
Nice shots from Scrap once again. The aim has been so on point all series long. Kleenex now on the backside as well. The life count finally changed hands. Ultra with the lead. Only by 1. Capsule does change that. Back to even Stevens, 7 apiece. 30 seconds to go. One last crack at this, Mutineers. Here we have it. Hixie, good coverage. No one's getting through that side of the map. Scrap's found himself a sweet corner. This is a good spot to be in. 20 now remain.
And I think, Insight and Kleenex, though, is probably the, crucial duo right now to try to get past. You see Insight picking up kills in the feed. Scrap's playing an incredibly difficult spot to read at all. And that honestly looks like an insanely good setup to have in a moment like this. In Florida, last ditch effort, Dolphin dives out and bound just to stop the clock, but you are down to 2 lives and you have no access points to the zone. And we are now 2 for 2 on defense. Toronto, you see, it took a lot more effort to make it happen. Like, you absolutely have opportunities on the attack, but eventually defense reigns supreme.
Yeah, only just, though. A segment advantage, though, going to the Florida Mutineers. So if we do have to get to that final defensive round 5, it will go to our Floridian comrades. Here we go, though, Ultra. Seeing the attack this time round. See how things work out. Florida Mutineers, there go at the defense. Kick this round off immediately. Let's go for a quick listen in now with Toronto Ultra.
See anything?
He's in toilet doors.
Yeah, deep on the vent.
What's up, Tiki?
Under, close right on me. Spot.
Try to get connected, bro.
I'm like 5 pit, Toby. Hit him twice. I got fucking stunned, my bad. 5 pit behind the shed and one's deep sign as well. I think there's 2 there.
On the ramp down.
He's to the left side somewhere. That's there.
Ramp down.
Secret, yeah, one's gonna be secret, one shot, secret, one shot.
Treato now, he's going behind you, purple.
Yeah.
I just push on bus.
I just try to push their spawn, bro. We should still go for A here, I think. I'm holding out light top C1.
Sounds like Treatos, man.
I'm waiting for a pinch. I have you top pinch. I'm just being annoying, okay? Anything Tiki? Top low holes. I have you top and low pinch. Tiki dead.
Nice.
Look at your connector. I'm being annoying, okay? I'm looking at your connector. In our spawn weak, Javi. Like top gold.
Top ramp.
Oh, top ramp. He's going connector, top tiki. He's going to be top windows, bro.
I'm going to connect right now.
He's going to be 2 on us here,
Top windows.
Just go
Top windows. C2 side. One's like
C2 on the chest. Blue mid dead. Nice. One more C1.
Stun C1.
It was tiki. Could be top window.
Yeah, I'm proving it. Fin top window. I'm getting in the low stairs. Let's just get a bit.
Nice one there, bro.
Oh, one's front eight, Jimmy. I'm going to keep holding the windows for a sec, okay?
Slow up in the right.
Yeah, I have windows. One's the low connector.
He's in tools. In tools.
Bulls though, yeah. Went to left.
It's on me. One chop point. Nice.
More bathroom.
Bathroom dead.
Let's get low.
Try working here if you want someone.
He's on the ramp. The ramp with tree door.
Oh, he's still on the sign? Yeah, okay.
Missing one as well. Missing fellow.
I'm seeing tree door. He's in there then.
He's in our spawn then. He's running around, vending.
They might be vending, yeah.
I'm back purple. I'm in a weird spot here. Give me a sec.
He's on reception. Absolute reception.
He's just pushed out. Back 10
No reception?
Now. Yeah, you're going back bus, by the way. And reception.
Play around the lamp, bro.
Bathrooms.
He's still like front reception. Yeah.
Bathrooms right now, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yo, top of the bin. I'm in a bad spot. I don't know where
Is he still in here?
Yeah, on the store. Front reception. Challenge you.
I'll see in bathrooms.
Nice. On the back bin.
Wait, C1 go in.
The lobby steps.
I see one then. Oh, good. I have a streak as well.
Yeah.
You get the first wave here.
Alright, let's play together.
Yep. He's in our C1, by the way, Park.
Top bin.
Another wonderful extended look into the comms on an attacking round. Chance, it's not an easy thing to do to get towards that A zone. B, a little bit easier.
No, it is also, I mean, look, it is not always easy to set the spawn trap up, but once you get it, it can be brutal. Ultra fighting their way out of the blender, but that life count has just been made clinically absurd. You are down to 9 lives now. You've had Fellow just living. If you had a heat map, that has been his home on the bottom left corner. And Ultra finally create a little bit of pressure, but that's to get out towards the B zone that's already been captured. A long way to go before they can think about touching A, and I mean, just getting picked apart. So Florida on defense, they have been completely on point. And obviously, shout out Capsule, 23 kills. He's loving life.
Oh, certainly loving it right now. 24 and 16 for Capsule. Though they do get one man on A, and it's going to be inside. Nearly gets absolutely melted by the Vaz there. You can see the feet. Nice job, Brack. You tagged him back for the old feet shot he gave you on Mikado. 25 seconds remaining here, and Himmelmat, we will see the Mutineers take the lead and take map point. Last chance here from Ultra. What do they got? They're diving in. Kleenex is on. A little bit of a tag. There's Vehicle there with a crossover by A Street. The line up for Capsule. Good lordy, that's going to be the round. And here we go. Mutineers, map point.
Hey, collect the damage, collect the kills, and a dominant round right there on defense. On defense specifically, Florida flying and frying along the way. Capsule, I mean, even in the hard point, the man was lighting things up in the kill feed, so his gun has been hot entire series long. Question is, can you pull off a win? Advantage and opportunity now firmly within your grasp for Florida to get their first map win of the series. And it will be interesting to see if they can make something happen on offense. They certainly created a few moments again the previous round. They were up by lives, had a little bit of pressure out towards A, just couldn't execute in the end. See if they can get it on the round 2 try, and it's a good start so far. Fella gets the first blood and plenty of pressure on this bar. You see that is where all of the action is taking place.
It's got to be happy hour. Everyone is here. They are gagging for it. Fellow will be the last man to drop there. Over towards the B zone we now go. Toronto defensively, but you got a 2-man stack from the Florida Mutineers on A. Scrapz, ew, God, they lined up for him. That is so unfortunate. Can Capsule keep the pressure up? You need to keep fighting for bar. That's exactly what's going on here. I'm not even sure he's 21, but either way, he's living behind that bad boy. Big kills and a huge bit of work there on A chance. Halfway captured.
Hey, I mean, you'll take the extra tick and you still have pressure over on this A zone. So Fellow up top, if you can find the errant kills, it would be great and you'd have some opportunity. But Toronto looks like maybe just a little bit too clean with it. But they're also actually forcing the close A spawn. So it's still sort of like a pseudo spawn trap. And I'd say for Florida, this is the opportunity to try to get the more difficult point. The bodies are right next to the hill. The second tick has almost come through. And then they cannot buy a single gunfight win. Ultra shut the door in their face. And now it is the prime spawn trap that has been set up.
What's the thing? We've talked about how easy B can be to capture this time round. There you got 30 seconds to make this happen. Mutineers, let's go. Vehicle bangs and clears his way right through Hixie. Up next is going to be Insight on a force spree, but no one's going to hit down low for too long. Vehicle takes the secret stairwell. Now over the top they go. Insight, his ears must be ringing. Players everywhere. Eyes on Vehicle. Tags his first. Brilliant work. Last 20. Capsule should be able to make it through, but the rest of the Mutineers are here. The rest of Ultra now have hit the backline as well. Scrap goes big, finds one, keeps them off the time for a moment. But over to A we now go, Chance. All that for a second or two.
Well, I mean, keep in mind, this is what, for defense for Ultra, if they can just shut him down and clean out house. So they want to make sure they keep this dominant and keep the ticks as low as possible. And for Florida, they are desperate just to get anything to make this happen. Still pressure on A. Brack is able to pick up a big 2. CleanX, though, trying to close the door in their face. He's going for the chow. He takes him down. He's got 2. And now the reposition. You shut him down on B. You should be good for defense.
Scrapz pop deady. Perfect timing. Takes care of Vika. 1 left on the point. And this could be game. Brack, nice covering fire. There's insight from behind. That might be it. Is anyone able to get to A? CleanX is still roaming the halls over there. Insight. He's up top stage. CleanX can't win the fight. Oh my god. A could get captured here. Hixie's got to go absolutely wild. He has to get pressure on the point with the rest of the squad. We are about to see an additional minute added to the game clock. Mutineers. They've done it. They've captured A.
Well, here you go. Now that's the big question. If you get the more difficult point, how effectively can Ultra hold B? If it's anything like Hotel, Ultra can do either zone and defend them to perfection. And they've honestly orchestrated the map and got the pushed out towards Globe, so they're able to manipulate the spawns. It's a setup you want to have, and you have the life advantage as well. But for Florida, one good break in this zone and game will be yours.
Not a lot of lives to work with for anyone. Insight manages to catch a stray capsule out and abound. Over to Brack. Past the cloakroom. CleanX. Wow. Hangs him out to dry. Over to Vika on the point. Might be able to stop this one. He's hit the stage. Oh, what a snap. Nearly, though. CleanX finds another massive kill. Final 2 lives now for the Mutineers. And the round should be done. The hold at B was good enough. Nice snaps from Brack, but it's not going to be there. Brilliant work out of both teams, offensively, defensively. We go to a final round. Mutineers, they have certainly got it.
And this is going to be a fun map to watch just because, again, we're not entirely sure of how effective teams are going to be able defending both the zones for that situation where players do get A first. So, I mean, Ultra do deliver. They still hold strong. It is still clean on defense. But I think as far as this game stands, Florida should have defense for the final round if my tick count was correct. So, Ultra certainly have their work cut out for them. Florida should be in prime position to take this map down. I mean, it's been 4 for 4 on defense. So, we'll see if Ultra can try to break the mold.
You get a couple of stabs at it. Let's see if they go for it. I will say, though, I mean, by all these teams, everyone's getting the scrims, the reps in. And these are the control round 5 records, but not necessarily here on Himmelmap. Pretty solid for both, but here we go. Fellow over by the fire pit. We heard him in the comms giving a lot of love to this position. Incredibly important long line of sight over by A. Will he be able to catch a few out? Good stuff. Start things off. Capsule cleans it. Makes the point a little bit safer, but that first segment is gone. A, progress Ultra.
Oh, well, I mean, hey, a little bit of progress, and maybe long-term, that'll be a nice investment. I do like the A hits off the rip, and I suppose you'll take a segment if you can get it. But either way, Florida doing a good job. Again, they have been hyper-aggressive on defense. 0 time wasted to get players in position, and they have pressure all over the map. And you see how much more Florida actually values defending this A zone. They are sending 3 arrows just to swarm on that single player, and even Ultra haven't made the hard commitment to go to the B zone just yet. They want to clear out their base, but it's going to be a long way to go. Florida on defense still on point, and Beagle so annoying to deal with.
That's such an annoying gunfight. Oh, no, fellow. Unfortunately, the last bullet, oh, he makes up for it with that win on Insight. Magical stuff out in the Mutineers right now. 18 lives remaining for Ultra. They are being beaten and battered here at the B zone. Here's the next. CleanX, though. Lightning fast approach. Brack now trying to keep the lobby safe. Everyone from Ultra now trying to check in for this talk over by B, and they're not hearing a whole lot. 40 seconds remain.
Yeah, and you have to just full commit to B at this point. You had to full commit to B maybe 30 seconds ago on the game clock, and Ultra have a little bit of presence that direction, but Scrap, who is trying to keep the flank a little bit easier, gets dealt with. Insight, I don't know if he's up top or down low, but he's got a big responsibility to make sure the flanks don't come through, and it looks like the positioning is on point just to play the angles, not going to get shot in the back, and Toronto do secure the easier point to get. But obviously, you see the stranglehold on the map. You see Florida have the setup. And a cheeky little angle there. Cap might get dealt with, but it's still fellow in the back. It's still players like Brack posted up bottom snow. Ultra have a long way to go.
We've got a long way to go. I was going to say, we have streaks to work with here as well. That could clean out Brack on the far side. He's going to hit that open snow field. Bad news, there's trophies there. Will they be able to get a tactical or a lethal in time? Or go for the players in spawn? No! Trophies are there. Streaks invested. Information gained, but no kills.
Wow, Fellow's challenging too. Yeah, he is challenging, ready for the gunfight. Nice and aggressive, and that is a cruise missile trying to set up a play that just gets stuffed. Oh. And that is a windmill right there for one player, and Cap, oh my God, does he shoot straight?
That boy is absolutely spitting on him. 40 seconds remain. 11 lives for Ultra. Can they get in there? Close. There we go. They're in. Fellow's got to go big here. Finds himself one at least. Scrapz got the guns up at the rim.
Oh, this is it.
Still getting the capture. Anyone able to get in the point? Capsule's got to fly forward on the contest. Has to get it going. Oh, they've captured A. He dives in. Ultra at the last possible second. Wow, Scrap is absolutely turned.
Oh my God.
It is never chalked. And that could not have gone worse in the final seconds there for the Mutineers. It looked brilliant. Everything was going right. Toronto Ultra steal it in a 3-0. They find the source there on the attacking round. GG's.
Yeah, and I gotta watch that one back too, because I don't even really know how it happened. Like, they dealt with the cruise missile play perfectly. Fellow gets the two-piece in the back. You clear out, you push out the spawns you want. And that is just a tough pill to swallow, because Fellow, fantastic in the kills department. The damage out of this world. Capsule just walked away with 69 engagements, so he had a nice game, but not enough for the win. They dropped it towards the end, and Hixie, 19 and 38 for the dub. You will take that 0.5 victory, but I do believe we have a look at the final few seconds again. Scuff play of the game, final 30 seconds of the control, where I'm just going to be staring at the minimap, Miles, because I do not know how it happened.
Well, we got so excited by all this because we watched one by one these amazing individual wins from everyone on the Mutineers. Everything was looking great. The boys were absolutely cooking. Then CleanX dives on in. Here comes the remainder of the stack. 4-man stack for a minute. Just for a few seconds, that progress bar flies forward. Scrap holds the lane, no problem whatsoever. Capsule last-minute contest, not quite enough, and Vehicle cut down before his feet could even touch the floor. Wow. Toronto Ultra, that certainly was the scuff play of the game. That final round came out of nowhere. Truly, it is never chalked on control. Never.
Literal snap of the moment, man. Everybody coming in through bar in those hallways just to find that moment, and that is... I mean, honestly, a very painful game for Florida. The 6-2 scoreline and the search and destroy doesn't look good, but that's a 1v3 from Insight. That was a 2v4 for Scrap and Insight. Even the final round, they had to clutch with the man disadvantage. The Mercado, they absolutely picked them apart, but even that Expo, Florida's so close. I mean, they play all these top teams very dangerously, but at the end of the day, it's just another 3-0.
Tough, man, another 3-0. Hey, though, it's a 3-0, and the desk certainly feeling themselves after that one.
Hey, yes, we are. Thank you, Miles and Chance. What a victory here by Toronto, keeping things swift. 3-0, but as they mentioned, wasn't that easy. Florida is fighting people tough, and I almost felt like Florida was the better Expo team for the majority of that game. It was just one team wipe that cost them, right?
Yeah, I mean, maps 1 and 2 were obliteration, but when we get to the game number 3, Florida should have won that map at the very end there. I feel like they maybe let somebody get through. Like, Hixie got through and around, bottom doors, finds the first blood, and then you see another player come up from top bar. Just Florida losing gunfights. I mean, when that stack comes in, you're spawning deep street. There's really not much that you can do. So, yeah, somebody gets through and around. But, yeah, a wonderful map. We saw Florida Mutineers set up one of the dirtiest spawn traps that we have ever seen on that defense. They had them pinned bottom statues. So Florida definitely put some reps in on Expo, and I like the call to play it here.
Yeah, Scrap with some heroics to get him out of trouble both in that moment and at the end of the game. Toronto finished with a 3-0 and now have their first win. Now they have just one more matchup, and that's going to be against Las Vegas on 4/14. So how are we feeling about Toronto's chances of now riding up to a top 8?
Oh, definitely feeling good. I mean, again, it's a weird situation where our major winners are coming off and starting 0-3. Again, the teams that they were playing, though, to game 5, they were getting clutched on, where in this series, they were expected to win and win in a dominant fashion, and that's what they did.
I just want to say, can we show some love to Scrap? Like, even on this Expo, so many moments that they could have just been absolutely chalked. He finds a 2-piece. Throughout this entire series, Scrapz absolutely took over to get them this win, man, and they needed it desperately. And like you say about the Vegas game, it can really come down to Toronto versus Vegas for a winner's bracket spot.
Yeah, so yesterday Octane drops at 2-point-something. Today, Scrap a 1.75 and Hardpoint 2.33 search and destroy and a 1.26 in control. He joins us live right now. Let's welcome him to the stream. Scrap, how we feeling, buddy? You guys finally got a W here in our Major IV Qualifier.
Finally, you know. I mean, to be honest, we're 0-3, but I don't think the 0-3 shows the type of team that we are. I think we're way better than that, and finally we got to show it today.
I completely agree. Again, I mean, you did go up against the Boston Breach, Seattle Surge, and Atlanta FaZe. So definitely a tough start to the schedule. But I do want to kind of hone in on that LSCLO control from yesterday against Atlanta. Control's obviously been y'all's kind of game mode. And we don't get to see you on LSCLO too often because you're so good at it. Atlanta took you to the push yesterday. Kind of what was the conversation after that loss?
You know, conversation is just the same as always after we lose a map. You know, we know maybe you can't win every map. You know, sometimes even your best maps you lose on. But you know, it's just, I don't really know. There was really no conversation, if I'm going to be honest. We just move on, to be honest. Like, that's all it is. We just move on.
Scrap, talk to me about S&D. Going into this match, 0-5 in your last 5 searches. But when you look at it, it's just a lot of searches you guys had. The lead, you're doing your thing, and then they make some adjustments, and you guys aren't able to respond. What was different about today, and how are you guys working in that game mode?
Clutch.
Yeah, so I think, as you know, Puggy just said, our clutch, like we haven't really been winning our situationals, you know, 2v2s, 2v3s, maybe like 3v2s, such like that. So, you know, it's just like maybe honing in, maybe the comms have to be a little better in search, but yeah, today was a good showing from us.
Yeah, you guys looked pretty phenomenal and pretty comfortable throughout this one, except for that last game. Expo was a little bit rowdy. Can you talk to me about the map? Is it evolving with the way the teams are approaching it?
Yeah, I would say every map kind of evolves over how people play it and stuff, and how long it's been in the rotation. You know, we took out one spawn trap map to put in the next one. You know, you probably saw us getting spawn trapped in the back tree spawn. But, you know, it's just how it is. You got to get out of it. But yeah, it's just, we're trying to learn the map. Everyone's trying to learn the map, and yeah, maybe we could throw it in the map rotation.
I got one final question. So we know who your guys' last match is. It's going to be against the Vegas Legion, potentially for you guys to make it into the winner's bracket. Are you coming into that one with some extra spice just because of the storyline between you and Standy, or what?
You know, maybe people hype it up more than you know we do in here. You know, we don't really go into any other match any differently. It's just we have to do our job and get it done. And yeah, so we don't really have anything extra on our shoulder. We're just trying to get the win.
All right, well, we'll create the drama in this room and let the fans know it's a big deal.
Exactly. We're coming for a slamming, though. I'll tell you that. We're slamming them.
That's right. That's the gas we needed. Scrap, the man, gets the dub for Toronto today. We'll let you go celebrate with the squad. And we've got to remind everyone at home, it's time to pick up your collection. If you haven't started your collection yet, do it today. All you got to do is scan this QR code and join in on the fun from Upper Deck. The Upper Deck e-pack is available on the site. We talked about some of the best cards. Still waiting on my Scump card to pop up. Of course, we also have World Series of Warzone. Bigger, harder, better. And for the first time ever, it's going to be in person. This one is going to be an excellent event. Once again, get your phone out, scan that little thing, that little box, and you can get all the information you want. And of course, flow state. What is this, Allie? Are you in the flow state yet?
I'm not in the flow state right now, but I think Scrappy was throughout that entire series. So if you want to shoot like some of the best, make sure you get your flow state pack.
Get in the groove with the flow state, and of course, stay tuned. Final battle of the night has another 10 grand up for grabs. OpTic Texas takes on LA Thieves. 10 points separating the squads. You don't want to miss it.